All right, y'all. The Hoover, Alabama Police Department has finally made a statement surrounding the Carlee Russell case. We got to take a look at this.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Threads. The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this story. As we already know, 25-year-old Carlee Russell went missing a couple days ago. She has been found alive, thank God. She was found knocking on her parents' door, y'all, alive. Okay, now we've had a lot of questions. The boyfriend stepped out and spoke out and made a statement saying that she was fighting for her life for the last 48 hours up until she was found alive at her parents' door. And that, of course, sparks even more questions. Now we have a statement from Hoover PD basically giving us more insight on their investigation and at least some of the things that they can give us on what they found out around this case. So let's take a look at this, shall we? All right, there's a lot to break down. So let's get into it. Update on missing person Carlee Russell. The Hoover Police Department is releasing additional information on the safe return of Carlee Russell. Since the time of the 911 call at 9:34 p.m. on July 13th, 2023, the Hoover Police Department has expended every available resource into locating Carlee. And we celebrate with the Russell family on her safe return at approximately 10:44 p.m. on July 15th. The following information are facts we have been able to determine at this point in the investigation. We are still gathering and evaluating evidence in this case. Carlee left work from a business at the Summit in Birmingham at approximately 8:20 p.m. She ordered food from a nearby business at the Colonnade, hopefully I'm saying that right, and traveled there. We have worked to retrace all of her actions from the time she left the Colonnade until she called 911, and we are well on our way to completing that task. At this point in the investigation, we have not been able to locate anyone with Carlee from the time she left the Colonnade, when she picked up the food that she ordered, until the 911 call that was made. Now, I feel like that's kind of important information right there. Now, let's continue on. So she went and picked up food, okay? She went off and picked up food, and then we already know she was driving on the interstate, and then allegedly she saw this kid, this toddler. She got out of the car. She made a phone call to family. Then she called 911, and then that's when the tussle happened allegedly, and then she disappeared. Right. So let's get into the next page. Okay. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on the path of her travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. The conversation with the 911 operator ended, and Carlee called a relative. Okay. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. after telling both the operator, the 911 operator, and the relative that she had seen a male toddler in a diaper on the side of I-459 and was stopping to check on him. A male toddler, and from other reports, they say this child was about 3 to 4 years old, but this 3 to 4 year old toddler was in a diaper, okay, on the side of the I-459, which is wild, okay? Traffic camera footage was obtained, which depicted this portion of the incident, which we all saw, and that footage is still being analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only timely report of a child on the interstate. And I know a lot of us are wondering, where did this child come from? Whose child is this, right? And was there any recent reportings, right? Any recent reports of a missing, say, 3 to 4 year old child? And so far, some people are saying that from what we understand or from what I've heard so far, they have not come up with anything so far. So, about that missing child, a missing male child that was in a diaper, a toddler. Okay. So, Hoover police officers arrived on scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched. We saw that in the video. They came quick, and several other officers arrived shortly behind. They located Carlee's wig, cell phone, and purse on the roadway near her vehicle, and Carlee's Apple Watch was in her purse. Investigators with the Crimes Against Persons unit were notified, and the investigation immediately began in earnest with numerous leads being followed. Many local, state, and federal agencies immediately offered assistance and provided personnel and other resources to the investigation. No stone was left unturned, and the investigation continued throughout the weekend. They did their damn job, okay? That local PD and then some did their damn job, real talk, okay? But let's get into this part. This is the third and last installment of this statement, okay? At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, last night, the Hoover 911 Center received a call from Carlee's residence that she had returned home on foot. She showed up to the crib on foot. I know that there's been reports of maybe somebody drove up and dropped her off and then they just drove off into the night. No, she allegedly, they're saying that she showed up to the crib, to her family's crib on foot, knocking on the door. Now, of course, we already know that she was in a shortness of breath and was in serious shock and all that. But again, pretty crazy that she showed up on foot. So I'm wondering if there's any ring cameras in the neighborhood showing her walking down the street. Maybe there was somebody walking with her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta exercise and exhaust all options here, right? Maybe somebody led her back home. I don't know. Or she just walked all the way back home herself. Again, I wonder if there's any gas station cameras, store cameras, etc., in the area that may have caught her walking in that town, walking somewhere, right? But, they're going to do their due diligence. Let's continue, okay? So she was found at the home, returned home on foot. Big piece, I think. Hoover police and fire responded to the residence where Carlee was located. She was immediately transported by Hoover department to UAB hospital to be evaluated and was treated and released. So now she's home, allegedly. Detectives responded to the residence and to UAB to take an initial statement from Carlee. The details of that statement are a part of the ongoing investigation, which is expected to continue over the next few days. During the initial portion of the investigation, detectives were able to retrace nearly all of Carlee's steps until the point she went missing, and are confident that will continue to be the case. Again, they're basically saying like, hey, we retraced everything from the moment she left for work to get the food, all the way up to the moment she called 911 and to the moment when she just disappeared. We have everything accounted for until that part. We don't know where she went. And I will say this too, real quick. It would be very hard. It'd be very hard for an individual to just disappear and not be seen by all the people that were searching that specific area. So I know that a lot of people are thinking, oh, this is a hoax, etc. The only thing I would put out there, just to keep in mind, people were looking everywhere. So it makes you wonder, where did she, if this was a lie, where would she hide? Where would she hide? That it's so weird that she just disappeared like this. So it does spark the question, what really happened here, right? And again, I've said it in the last video, the only person that's really going to know is Carlee. So we have to wait for her to speak up, right? And speak up to the authorities and tell them exactly what went down so we can get closer to the truth. But let's continue with this last piece, okay? So the Hoover PD continues to be extremely grateful for the outpouring of support from the Hoover community and beyond, and all the assistance provided by our law enforcement partners, which are too numerous to name. We rejoice with the Russell family as they continue to rest and recover from this situation, and ask for their wishes to be respected regarding their privacy. This release contains all the information the HPD is able to release at this time. As we continue to investigate, we will release information that is determined to be factual and pertinent to the public. When a press conference is scheduled, and I hope there is one coming soon, we will provide advance notice of the date, time, and location. Now, I say this. What say you guys? When you hear this information, when you hear all the information that they put out, that they can put out right now, because it's still an ongoing investigation, what do you think? To me, again, it really is up to what Carlee says here. I know that the boyfriend said something about her fighting for her life for 48 hours. Is she saying that same thing to law enforcement right now, or is she not? Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.